Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
New escalation in Drake's legal battle over Kendrick Lamar's song.
Well, the battle
Oh,
between
this
hip hop
is
superstars
okay.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar is far from over, though the two have seemed to stop exchanging those viral diss tracks, at least for now. Instead, Drake is looking for more ammunition for his defamation lawsuit against his own record label over Lamar's hit song, Not Like Us. And as ABC's Ike Ajanci reports, the head of the company now weighing in.
The head of a company, what? No, now weighing it?
now weighing in.
Weighing what? Oh, weighing in. Okay.
The legal fireworks are intensifying between Drake, fellow heavyweight Kendrick Lamar, and Universal Music Group over the diss track Not Like Us. And this morning,
Is it
UMG
valid
CEO
to say that fellow heavyweight, are they on the same weight class?
Well, Kendrick is shorter, so he probably weighs less than Drake.
So you say fellow heavyweights. I say, are they on the same weight class now?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're
What about in
big. They're
terms of
both,
popularity?
I think so. I think it's comparable, yeah.
Grange breaking his silence on Drake's latest discovery bid after Drake accused UMG, his own label, of orchestrating a scheme to devalue his brand through the release and alleged aggressive promotion of Kendrick's hit song.
They not like us. They not like us.
In a court filing, Grange calling the allegations ridiculous, adding it makes no sense whatsoever. The CEO further says the company has invested hundreds of millions of dollars backing Drake's career. Last year, Drake filed.
Yeah, like we talked about this already initially. I feel like it's very wild claim, but Drake would know about this because Drake was probably pushed the same way. However, how do you prove it without one, like turning it back on you, and two, it's just like, how do you prove that they did it for that song particularly? Because the fact that they did it for Drake and they're most likely using the same tactics for Kendrick, cool, plausible, but how can you prove that? You literally would have to have an inside person in UMG who said, oh yeah, we did that for Kendrick, here's the paperwork, to have that paperwork.
He was arguing that he was in the position of a new deal, and this kind of like affected his new deal possibly, that he was in the process of, because now who wants to work with Drake with these claims if everyone feels they're valid?
Central C.
No, but come on, be realistic. Like bigger name, bigger brands, bigger companies. Like he was in the position.
Oh, like sponsors, okay.
Yeah, he was in a really great position. He had a lot of power, so he probably feels like maybe they view him as too powerful. So they found someone in the industry, in the label, to go against him, to kind of take him down in a way. And he has seen this before with other people, like for example Nicki Minaj, because at one point Nicki Minaj was hot, but then there's a narrative of there's people in the industry that they send someone to compete to be the next bigger version of Nicki Minaj. So she doesn't have all the power, because every time you want to go for rap, you go to her directly. You didn't have another female rapper that you could go to. It was just her. And Drake is similar in this position, because he seems to be the one that if you want to really pop up in rap, and he will say he put a lot of people on too, they would go to him. So he had a lot of power and control. So I do not blame him feeling any kind of way that he could sense that his own company is sabotaging his come up, because he's growing in a lot of power, actually becoming way too powerful.
But is that illegal?
For a company to kind of knock you down a peg or two?
I guess
In a way, yeah.
It's going
because,
against his interest.
Yeah,
they
it's going
signed a
against his
contract.
interest, because they signed a contract together. And they're saying things that he said are not true, that are making it seem that it is true to people. Like people, everyone's like A minor when it comes to association with him. And he said that's not true.
Yeah, but wasn't Young Thug's argument in court that, oh, it's just a fiction? Music is just fiction and it's not facts. It cannot be used as a fact. So Kendrick's argument would be, oh, it's just fiction, it's just a song.
Is he saying it's just a song? Did he say that it's just a song?
I don't know, but I'm just saying that
this,
argument.
but this is like rap beef, so you taking it as I'm taking shots.
It's one thing to
until I come out and say, oh, this is just a song.
It's
Then
one thing to understand
song.
what it is. Another thing is like to actually, because this is kind of dangerous precedent. If you say, oh, what, then beefs cannot exist because it's going to be defamation.
Yeah, but then let's call it what it is. Is it just a song, or are you really saying that about a person? Because some of the things that you say in a song is true. Some parts can be false, but now we need to distinguish what's true,
I
what's
guess it
false.
should be fact check.
Yeah, we need a fact
So,
checker.
Kendrick's team should have the back of that about the PDF claim, right?
Filed a suit
I
against
thought they
UMG
said they
for
did.
defamation, and this week he's asking a federal judge to force UMG and Grange to turn over the label's unredacted contract with Lamar.
At the heart of Drake's argument is that UMG made it so that Kendrick Lamar was benefiting to the detriment of Drake. Drake is trying to see how
He was
best Kendrick
sent.
Lamar could have profited from this scheme that Drake is accusing
Because
UMG to have embedded.
I'm gonna take it as you are plotting against my worst interest. Like you're not a company for me, and I'm signed to you. So you send someone to take me down. That I would feel some type of way. Though. Would I need to see Kendrick Lamar's contract? What's the benefit for you to going so hard at me? All I did was a song with J. Cole, and we just thought we were number 2. We didn't even say anything about you, it was just us. But you included yourself into this conversation. So what it is?
No, they said something about Kendrick. They said top 3 with them and Kendrick.
Okay, so is that a negative? Is that bad? No, Kendrick.
He took it as a slight.
He took it as a slight, but I'm just saying, like, it's not a detrimental.
It
including you into the conversation.
It definitely wasn't meant as a slight.
Yeah.
It was meant to.
To me,
as
it's
a
like
praise.
I feel like it was a little bit overreacted.
It was. It definitely was. It definitely was.
Although Lamar isn't a defendant in the case, Drake's legal strategy centers around the distribution and promotion of his song, especially those scathing lyrics.
Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to Cell Block 1.
Drake is accusing UMG of knowingly spreading a false and malicious narrative about him, Grange calling the claims absurd. Not Like Us continues to top the charts and rack up Grammys, especially following the electrifying Super Bowl halftime show watched by over 100 million fans worldwide.
Let me hear you say,
in the heart of a discovery practice between Drake and UMG. And once that's done, both sides, armed with the facts of their case, will try to come to some sort of settlement agreement.
I think,
fails,
everything would be cool and dandy if we see, like, if we know in the contract that Kendrick wasn't sent out, like he didn't benefit like an exorbitant amount of money to take Drake down. He was just doing what he does.
Well,
which is his job.
the amount of money he would have made should be equal as of any other song.
Yeah, but was there an incentive included into that contract?
Okay.
That's what we want to know.
Right, that's a problem if there's an incentive, yeah.
Because aside from that, then everything okay, fine, it's whatever. But if his contract says that there's a bonus, like if you're really good and take him out, we're gonna give you like bonus.
Yeah,
that's gonna be bad.
That's a conspiracy.
we move towards a trial.
That's a plot. That's a
The file now
setup.
heads back to the judge with UMG's chief executive doubling down, calling it a groundless attempt to harass and intimidate. Where will this leave Drake's quest for answers? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. Morgan?
All right, I could
Honestly-
reporting. Thank you for that. Okay,
Honestly, if I was UMG, I would have call Drake. Let's go inside this office. I'm gonna show you.
But if they settle, wouldn't that
I
kind of
don't know.
imply that
No,
okay,
not
there's some
settle, not
truth?
settle. But they're both UMG artists.
That's the weirdest part. Yeah.
I think it would be peace of mind if either Kendrick or UMG tell Drake there was no incentive for me to take you down. This
But
was
Drake
just
won't believe you. He needs to see
just
the
a contract. But I feel like, okay, contract is very personal. I'm showing you how I make my money. Obviously, there's things that needed to be redacted, but I do think for peace of mind for another UMG artist and for other UMG artists, that gotta be clear. Because if I was a UMG artist, I'm like, okay, I could be next if I get big.
Morgan Wallen? I don't know if he's UMG.
More on this, I'm joined now by ABC News contributor Brian Buckmar and Anscape senior culture writer Justin Tinsley. Thank you so much. We've got to dive into this because my timeline is in shambles about this. Okay, so Brian, from a legal perspective, as you explained in Ike's piece, Drake's case against his own record label is in the discovery phase. What is his legal team hoping to achieve here, and is something productive for their case likely to come out of this?
Yeah, so they're looking to arm themselves with the facts. So this is a case where Drake is going up against UMG, which is the parent company of Republic Records, his record label, and they're asking for basically everything in the kitchen sink. They're asking for Kendrick Lamar's contract, the details of that. They're also, interestingly enough, asking about any allegations about Kendrick Lamar in terms of domestic violence. I think, and I'll leave this to Justin, who knows far more about the culture and the music background. I'm just going to stick to my legal lane, but I think it has to do with something from the diss track in 2024, "Family Matters," where Drake levies allegations against Kendrick Lamar about domestic violence. And I think he's trying to build a case not just in his own diss tracks, but also that UMG was attempting to devalue Drake by inflating Kendrick Lamar's popularity by pushing this
I'm all
song.
confused. Drake is asking UMG to provide proof that Kendrick is had a domestic violence case. Is that what's happening here? That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he ask that from UMG? Well,
Mm.
first of all, why would UMG have that proof? What does it have to do with them?
Because didn't they clear the record? Because if you're putting things on record, you should have clearance to know that it was true or not, right? Or are we just putting anything in the music and it gets cleared?
I mean, if I was Drake, I would ask, provide the proof that about the PDF claim. Then that would mean
He is, in a sense. Yeah, he is.
I'm confused by that. I don't.
When they knew it to be defamatory, and they're trying to look for the inner workings and the communications through all of these 75 document requests.
And as Justin, as Brian just pointed out, I mean, this dispute started as a rap battle. I mean,
I
just the
guess
love of the
it's
game, right?
like,
Two artists.
you know,
exchanging-
the thing is, what's making a lot of people look at Drake in a certain way is that rap beefs used to be for the streets. Now we're in a professional setting. There's companies involved. There's money involved.
Yeah.
So now Drake is now taking something that's like street, like known to be street beefs, to now taking it to corporate beefs. So now when you're in court, you know that a company has an obligation, a duty to make sure what they put out is real and true.
Yeah, it's a dangerous precedent. Yeah.
Because you see how a lot of rap artists are now being investigated by the state and on the federal level on what they're saying in their lyrics. So they're saying if lyrics matter, what are the responsibilities of the company when they clear the record?
diss tracks, which of course is the culture of rap. It's the culture of hip hop. I mean, it's how it all started. What does this mean for the culture now that you literally have a rapper in some ways allegedly trying to litigate a rap beef? I mean, in the legal arena, what do you think?
I think when you look at it like this, you really have to look at the last year of Drake's life. And it's really unfamiliar for any rap artist, especially a superstar rap artist. He was involved in the biggest rap beef of all time. One that I think most people would say he objectively lost. He saw Not Like Us become an international rallying cry. He even had a fallout with LeBron James, it seems. And then on top of that, the cherry on top is this lawsuit. And in hip hop, a lawsuit is kind of an unforgivable sin, especially when it comes to battle records. We've all listened to a lot of hip hop over the course of our life. We've heard battle records, people say some outlandish things, but you know, this lawsuit that Drake is levying is kind of giving a staying power to the beef that's largely because Drake refuses to let this go. And on one hand, it is understandable in a sense. Kendrick beat him, he out-strategized him, he embarrassed him. But on the other hand, I do wonder what the end goal is here because nothing
Like,
will
because
erase
we
the
never
impact,
seen like a beef make it to the Super Bowl. Like, it's on national television. It's like on
Let's be real. Kendrick got to
news.
perform because of the beef. If it wasn't for Not Like Us, Kendrick would not
Because
have
usually
performed.
this stays in the culture. Now you
Yeah.
see the culture on like major platforms, and that can, you know, be taken on a different level because now people outside the culture are like, is this true about him? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
not just of Not Like Us, but the battle itself. And keep in mind, too, this is also very important. This is all happening while Drake and UMG are prepping for the biggest release or the most important release of his career with Iceman. And it's kind of like the equivalent of arguing with your boss
Iceman?
in the
What's
parking
that?
lot before you have to give a
I guess his
company-wide
upcoming
presentation.
album.
Oh, I like that analogy. You're right to point
But that was not the biggest thing in his career. How is it any different than any other album? I don't think it's the biggest thing.
I'm not too familiar, but I do know that he was supposed to go on a break.
He did say that. I remember.
He
Yeah, I
has
do
medical
remember that.
issues that he's been neglecting.
I remember that. Yeah.
And he said he was going on this break, but then this happened,
Yeah,
and
I
I
remember
see
that.
him working even 10 times harder. So it's just like, I don't know.
Now, Iceman releasing pretty soon because all eyes are on that. If this reignites the beef, if there are any subliminals or any direct shots that kind of keep this whole thing going. All right, Brian, let's bring it back to you. What is next for the case?
Yeah, so in a case like this, we're in the heart, I would say, of the discovery process, and that's when you're attempting to request certain documents and information so that you can strengthen your case. And the judge is going to be the referee in a sense of Drake is asking for communications involving, for example, the Super Bowl halftime, and I assume UMG is going to come back and say either these are the documents we have or these documents don't exist, and the judge will be the referee in terms of what does or does not need to be turned over. When that's done, I would expect some form of negotiation for a settlement, motion practice, trying to probably dismiss claims based on the lack of information or the information that is acquired from UMG. And then if that doesn't get resolved, it will likely go to trial if they can't find some sort of solution.
We will see how all of this plays out. Brian Buckmeyer,
Interesting.
Justin Tinsley, thank you both friends for joining us. We appreciate you.
Would be interesting if it does go to trial. We would get a lot of information revealed that we shouldn't be knowing, so it would be interesting.
Yeah,
I would love for it to go to trial just for that fact, but I don't think it will. I think they will settle. This is
Can I see the comments?
There's too much sensitive information for this to go to trial. Drake has promoted Not Like Us more than any living species. Okay, Drake and Taylor made talk about me liking young girls. Kendrick say Drake, I heard you like them young. Drake, I'm assuming. Oh, I don't know what he said in that song. I'd love to hear it exactly what he said. That's an interesting point. This is one of the most iconic rap moments. Never in my wildest dream would I ever think I would see a rap battle go to court. Yep. I mean, listen. It's
At
better.
this level, we're
I-
finally here.
I
We're
will
here,
say,
we
I will say this: it's better they go to court than they go shooting each other. That was in the '90s, early 2000s. You know, it's if rap beef, keep it in the course, better than the alternative. So,
I don't think neither of these two would do anything in the streets.
I mean, I
Right
don't
now, rap
know,
is so
but
evolved. Like these two are the last two people that would be like, "Let me get my stick."
I don't know. But
Stop.
I'm just saying.
After I found out how tall Kendrick is, stop.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. To be, I was like, mm-mm. Sir, stop.
What?
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Everything, like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And always, always, always share as much kindness as possible.